Hey you guys, welcome back to Boo's Vibe. I'm Vivian Camille, and I've got a yellow couch. In a recent video, I mentioned something about a hip injury. So today, we are talking about injury mindset, and I'm going to show you some of the things I'm doing right now to maintain positivity through this process and be stronger on the other side of injury. There is a future in running. But seriously, this hip, knee, back thing, the left side of my body is just not cooperating. So yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, we got to figure out this whole mindset thing before we can move forward. The first step in that process is actually wallowing. For me, I've got to set aside some time to wallow and to be sad and just to be angry and to really feel those emotions. I set a timer on my phone and I either journal or just sit in self-pity and sadness. And I just let those thoughts flow. Thoughts like, oh, I wish I could be outside today. I wish I could run 25 miles. I've trained so hard and now I'm here. My hip hurts. Why does the orthopedic surgeon have no answers for me? Why is this happening? Spiral, 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 spiral. So that's the first step. That may include crying, and if you need to cry, cry it out. If you need to hit something, find a pillow, not a person. Just kind of feel those emotions and let them happen. Okay, so now that we've balled up all this emotion and negative thought, we're gonna let that go. For me, this is not a one-time thing. These thoughts are gonna resurface throughout the whole duration of this injury. I just know that. So this is a conscious effort of me seeing these negative thoughts resurface and releasing them. So when I wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy, So when I wake up in the morning and my knee is really hurting, I may think, well crap, I'm not gonna be able to race Black Canyon, and those negative thoughts need to be stopped in their track and released. Then I can shift my mindset to what I can do. And that's number 3, shifting our focus to a more positive thought and focusing on the things I can do and the things that I'm grateful for. I have a right leg that's functioning, and I have arms that work, and I can do the hand cycle. So let's do the next best thing, which is the hand cycle. And then we can sprinkle some perspective on the situation. So for me, I need to take a step back and look at this situation objectively. I don't have to accomplish all my goals in 1 year. With this bigger perspective and better understanding, I can see that right now, what's going to be important is healing this so that my long-term goals can be achieved rather than the short-term goals of getting in that 25-mile run just because it's on my training schedule. This injury has brought to light some weakness that I have. How can we meet that weakness and understand it and then strengthen it? Moving forward, I'll have learned from this situation rather than repeat this again and again. I can already tell you right now, I made a mistake putting more priority in logging miles rather than my strength training. That's okay. This is not going to be a perfect process, but I can now take that into the next training cycle and really give a bit more priority to strengthening all the small muscles in my glutes so that my running form is better. And lastly, I'm doing my best to reach for the next positive thought. Injury is not an easy process. It took me like 2 days of wallowing to be able to start reaching for positive thoughts. I really would like to be carefree about Bandera. Truthfully, I'm disappointed in what went down that day. I'm still very grateful for the outcome, but that's a race that I had thought about for 2 solid years. And last year in January, I wanted to be racing that race and I had a parasite, so I could hardly do a push-up. This year, coming into it with a seemingly random hip injury wasn't ideal either, and very discouraging. Obviously, I'm still a bit emotional, but the last part of my process is really putting the past in the past, releasing those sad emotions, and reaching for the next positive thing. So right now, I can't run much more than a mile or 2 without the pain changing my gait. So instead of thinking of the 20 miles I can't run, I'm trying to focus on the 1 to 2 miles I can run. And I'm trying to be thankful for those things and really enjoy those things. Yesterday, I went on a sunset run with David, and that was beautiful and enjoyable. I'm thankful for the 2 miles I was able to get in yesterday. And again, I'm just gonna keep reaching for the positive thoughts. Today, I had a negative thought of, well, you know, it's such a beautiful day outside and I can't run on the trails. Here we are again, releasing that negative thought, and we're gonna reach for the positive thought, which is I can take my hip strengthening workout outside. I can also take you guys outside to give you an idea of some hip strengthening workouts you can do as a preventative measure, or if you're dealing with some injury, to give you an idea of what I'm doing to recover from my personal hip injury. I can't give you medical advice. Let's jump outside. It's a beautiful day. Okay, now that we're outside, I wanted to show you guys a couple of hip strengthening exercises I'm doing right now, things that I'm going to implement into my training as I do recover, and even when I am fully recovered, I will still keep these in circulation just so that I can prevent these injuries from happening instead of having to deal with them. The first exercise is going to be the knee extension over the pillow, or something that's supporting underneath your knees. It seems really simple. It is really simple. We're gonna do 10 to 15 sets of this, and as I progress through these week by week, I will add my ankle weights, which are like 2 pounds, and it'll increase the intensity. But for now, I'm keeping it super light because this hip is far from recovered. Is get this underneath your knees, lay down flat, and then you're gonna extend up, one leg there. You're gonna hold it for 5 seconds, release it. You're gonna repeat this 10 to 15 times. You're focusing here on your core as well, making sure that it's tight and your back is completely flat against the ground. Like I said, super simple. This one frustrates me because I'm like, am I really even doing anything? We're engaging these muscles, we're engaging the back muscles, and we're also engaging the glutes, which is what we're trying to strengthen. So the second exercise is straight leg raises. Instead of focusing on the abs today, we're really focusing again on the legs. And all we're gonna do is raise this on up. Again, I'm focusing on my core, making sure that it is tight and my back is aligned on the ground. The third strengthener is the bridge. You're gonna lift your hips up, making sure they're square and they're pressed up as high as they can go. And this can either be held like this, down and up, or you can do a marching version, which is what I'm doing now. So we've started laying down, we've worked the things we're gonna work here, and now we're gonna continue around the world with swimmers. These are definitely hard for me. What we're doing here is creating the Y like this, and then we're gonna be alternating. So left glute is what we're trying to engage first instead of this muscle. Glute first, activate, raise, and then with my right arm I'm gonna raise that up, and then down, activating the right glute and left arm, up and down, glute first, then the rest, and down. Staying on the back, we're gonna do butt kickers, and it is simply kicking the butt. All these motions are controlled and very focused. The goal here is to strengthen all of these muscles. It's not cardio. We're not trying to max out here. We're gonna hit the side here, and we're gonna do clamshells. So this is not a 90-degree angle like I thought it was. It's kind of more in the middle like this. And you're gonna roll forward, make sure the core is engaged. And it's not about opening the legs as wide as possible. It's just about opening them. And holding for 5 seconds. Lastly, we are going to do the side leg lifts. You'll be laid straight out, and I used to do it just straight up and down like this, but I was told to roll forward a little bit, keep this core engaged, and push my leg out actually, facing it out that corner over there, and then I'm going to be doing my leg raises here, like so. And this in turn activates the glute muscle instead of some of the muscles here, or these forward muscles. And that's what I'm really trying to strengthen right now. My glutes are not incredibly strong, and that is a common problem amongst runners. We've got really strong quads, but not very strong booties. And then I will turn around and do it on this side here and there. So that completes the around the world circuit. Another really good one, specifically targeting your hips, is the ready position with a resistance band, a very light resistance band. You don't want to be pulling too much. Again, this isn't like a super hardcore workout. We're just trying to strengthen the smaller muscles. And this will go right at the ankles. Just going to be walking side to side like this. And back again. Back, together, forward, together, forward, together, forward, together. Thanks so much for joining me this week. I will see y'all next week. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Post a new video every week. If you're injured, have hope, stay positive. Happy trails, y'all. It's called Around the World because we're going all the way around. Actually, I don't know why it's called Around the World. It just said, get it, got it, good.